Hey guys, in this video, going to be going through a competitive moveset build to teach Seadra in the Gen 1 Pokemon games. There are a lot of water types in the Gen 1 games, but Seadra is on the lower tier of ones that really shine in competitive. Now, Seadra does get a little bit more love in the Gen 2 games, where it then gets the additional evolution into Kingdra. But nonetheless, if you're playing your way through the Gen 1 games and you're looking to have a good build on Seadra, that's what I'm going to go through in this video, whether these moves are learned through leveling up or through TM, and then also the location that you can find those respective TMs. So Seadra, in terms of the numbers, not great across the board. You have 95 defense with 95 special, so somewhat tanky in terms of its overall defensive numbers, but then its HP is down there at just 55, and then we see speed at 85, which is all right, and then an attack at 65. Seadra, in terms of going over its special attacker build, you have the same type attack bonus from either Hydro Pump or Surf. A lot of water Pokemon tend to go with Surf, but since Seadra is not all that powerful, maybe you want the added power that Hydro Pump brings to the table, even though it's less accurate than Surf. Hydro Pump is learned through leveling up, picked up at level 52, but if you did want to go the Surf route, it's HM03. And the trade-off here is Hydro Pump has that 80% accuracy to 120 power, where Surf is 100 accurate with 95 power. And then Seadra also has access to Blizzard, but since Seadra is not an ice type, it doesn't get that same type attack bonus, but nonetheless, a 10% chance to freeze the target, 120 power, 90 accuracy. This is not learned through leveling up, so it's going to have to be a TM. And Blizzard is going to be TM14, found over at the Pokemon Mansion, and it's going to be on the basement first floor of the Pokemon Mansion, right next to this southernmost statue. That's where you can pick up the TM for Blizzard. And Seadra just doesn't have access to a whole lot of really great things in its move pool, so you can also potentially slide in something like a Smokescreen, which is learned through leveling up. It lowers the opponent's accuracy, and this is going to be picked up at level 19. And then also Mimic is thrown in here, but I also think there's an argument to be made that you can go with something like a Hyper Beam if you're going against an opponent that has a really strong special defense, but maybe a weaker defense. Maybe you can slide in something like a Hyper Beam to deal out damage. And going over to our TM list, that's going to be TM15, found over at the Rocket Game Corner. The idea with bringing Mimic is you're hoping that if your opponent maybe switches in something like a Starmie, that you can mimic their Thunderbolt or Thunder Wave and then use that effectively against the opposition. So that's kind of the idea there. If you want to go the Mimic route, this is going to be TM31, found over in Saffron City, and it's at Copycat's house, which is located in the northwest of Saffron City. And in the Gen 1 games, you give Copycat a Pokédoll, and then in return, you will get TM31 Mimic, so that's how you pick that one up. And that kind of rounds out your options here with Seadra. Again, there's a lot of water-type Pokemon in the Gen 1 games, and a lot of them do things a lot better than Seadra. But if you want to go the Seadra route, this is probably the build you should be going with. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing, and I'll catch you back here next time.